Alright guys, welcome back to another video from Dude Car 4. As you may have noticed, we got some gameplay of San Andreas multiplayer. You know, I don't really seem to put some, if any, San Andreas multiplayer gameplay videos / commentaries out there. But nonetheless, here's one. The server that we are on is the official, I think it's official, I'm not really sure, but MiniMissions server that is quite a popular server nowadays. I've been on this server for almost 3 years, and I've really leveled up and gotten to know the community a little better. You know, back in 2011, I applied for moderationship for the first time on San Andreas multiplayer, and amazingly, it was an instant yes. But I guess it was from all my consistent reports for cheaters and hackers and people like that. Anyways, if you are not familiar with MiniMissions, I recommend that you guys check it out. There is just so much to do on that server compared to the older MiniMissions. I sure hope they stay on the track to success, or we may never see it ever again. I have experienced the older MiniMissions a long time ago, but I have never gotten to know the community as well as I do now. So come join the community at MiniMissions today, and you will have an excellent time making friends and making enemies if you are a absolute troll or something like that. But as you may have noticed, my username for this server is MMPepsiFan10, which was really a randomly thought name because I had nothing coming to mind at the time of signing up. If some of you players from MiniMissions are watching this video, I would just like to say that I am not a total fanboy of the Pepsi brand. I do betray my favorite drink almost, 50% of the time, but hey, when you're thirsty, you're thirsty. In addition, with this community, you can purchase VIP access for 1 million in-game money. Actually, correction, you get 1 million in-game money, that's a future, and you also get armor, and there's a heck of a lot more features that are added to your account once you sign up for VIP. VIP is simple. You will be charged monthly for the special features among your player in the game. Alright, I'm going to start talking about the newly released DLC for Battlefield 4 premium players, but I really want to introduce the new people to the server. I was going to record Battlefield 4 multiplayer, but I really do not want to lose frames. Instead, I will just purchase a PVR soon. So, let's talk races. The races are quite alright in this server, but the only thing is when it fills up about 60 plus players. It can be quite tricky to get out of the starting lines. Honestly, I've experienced this before, and it is just a major mess. You will see cars flying everywhere, spinning out of control, and being hit like hell due to the amount of lag sync that the server tends to have with that many people. My simple tips for races is to stay away from the pack and find a different route to the checkpoint. This will gain you about almost 30 plus positions, and sooner or later you will absolutely win. In my opinion, races are still exciting and are worth the 5 minutes, so I would totally recommend that you try out the races when they are about. Now for the death matches and team death matches. I would recommend that you stay alive as much as possible. Don't just go into enemy's area and spawn kill a player. That's just not being a team player, and you're really not getting anywhere. And if it's a regular deathmatch mode, keep your health up and only kill players that have half of a life. This will get you more kills, and you may end up winning in the long run. Now let's talk about derby modes, which are set up almost like an actual derby, except it's in the ocean. I really think that this mode in particular is pointless because if you lose, you get no reward, and even if you end up trying, you still get nothing. One last tip is to make sure that you always aim in front of another player while shooting. This is due to the amount of lag sync in San Andreas multiplayer, and it may never be perfect because every connection in the entire world is different. Looking back at that derby mode, talking about that, I believe in the old MiniMissions they used to have like a small little derby. Actually, it's actually pretty big. They used to have the derby arena. We used to just slam each other. in there. I really hope they bring that back because I do not like the new layout they have right now. Now let's talk Battlefield 4. DICE has released the China Rising DLC for premium players today, while non-premium members have to wait until the 17th of December. About a week ago, I purchased the Battlefield 4 Premium, and it is noted to point out that there are a hell of a lot more customization options and features in Battlefield 4 Premium compared to Battlefield 3 Premium. I've noticed that when you do purchase Premium, you get an emblem increase, which basically increases the amount of objects you can add to your custom emblem. Before it was 20 and now it is 40, which is a major boost. The emblem editing could be a little more improved because it is quite difficult to work with tiny objects, and the thing is you cannot undo anything, so if you make a mistake in the long run, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot undo that. So it is kind of stupid, but I figure out ways to get around it, or fix it rather. You know, I believe they could have done better than this and made it easier to use. This is a brand new feature by DICE, and we may see future improvements. Besides Premium, looking at the maps for Battlefield 4, I must say that they are quite large. The map Silk looks quite impressive. It sort of feels like the desert modification for Battlefield 2 because of its desert atmosphere. Gulen Peaks, I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but this map feels like a Vietnam setting in the jungle, which I thought was very interesting. And these maps are also said to not have any type of levolution whatsoever, which is quite disappointing. Were they too lazy? I really have no idea. But nonetheless, these maps look fantastic for long-range sniping and spotting, and do offer a significant amount of cover. You know, I was not too excited when this DLC was released because it has nothing too new, and the fact that the game is still broken for some people is also disappointing. We all know the netcode for Battlefield 4 is absolutely 100% positive and probably won't be fixed until millions of patches are made. This game is still quite buggy, but may improve after a while of production. I will fit in a benchmark test for Battlefield 4 soon here, for those that have an identical system, and give you guys a detailed overview of my specifications, so keep watching for that. So, what do you think about the newly released DLC? Is your game still crashing, freezing, or are you having a wonderful time on the new maps? I honestly am not having a wonderful time on the new maps because there really isn't much to offer. I mean, they offered some gun pickups, which I thought was pretty neat. You know, go ahead, comment below, and I will see you guys next time. This has been a successful Dukar 4 production. I'm Dukar 4, signing out.